Okay. Welcome back to your Lunch and Learn. Our today's episode 18. You know what, guys? And today we had a great conversation behind the scenes. You know what? One of the things that we do here with the coaches, we always try to get on the phone, on the camera before we go live and kind of like talk about what is it that we want to bring to you guys today. And today we had a really interesting conversation with Coach Bruce and Ceci. And we've been talking about how important these personal development programs are right now, especially to me in my 40s. And Bruce was asking me how important could have this material been important to you back in your younger days? And you know what? We started talking about some great things. And I was like, what just happened here? So that's what we're gonna talk to today about having a mentor, having a coach in your younger days. So before I jump into my story, Bruce, why don't we talk a little bit about what is it that we want to bring to the public today?
Yeah. And Ceci, I'm gonna take the next step, but I'm always aware that you're in the background. So whenever you could think you want to join in, please. So for 25 years, I've been working to come up with strategies to help young people in moments of stress to make choices that will impact their futures in a positive way. And a lot of times that means that they're being recruited for gangs in cities and things like that. And, I've done some work with the courts where kids would write after reading a book. They would write why I became a gangbanger, why I shouldn't be a gangbanger, or why I'm choosing to be a gangbanger. And those were always interesting little vignettes. And most of the kids were jumped, the ones who became the gangbangers. So they lived in tough neighborhoods. And if they entered the neighborhood next to theirs on their way to school, it was a very threatening experience. So they had to make a decision. Do I join the gang that's jumping me? Do I join the gang that's opposing the gang that jumped me? But somehow, how do I navigate my way to and from school every day? And until I got involved in that, it was with the University of Illinois School for Public Health. I wasn't aware how getting to and from school every day was really life and death, So I started thinking of these kids as real heroes, and the teachers who teach them also as heroes. So Cecilia took early retirement as a teacher from Chicago Public Schools. So really, thank you. And I did the focus groups at a couple of high schools in Chicago. So I heard about some of the issues that their students went through and some of the issues that the teachers went through and the administrators. And I fell in love with the teachers and the students and the administrators at Chicago Public Schools. I was like, wow, you guys are heroes. So the temptation every day to go a way that's not healthy is there every single day. So, I asked Juan. Juan has done something in his past, when he was younger, that involved some bad choices. We all made certain bad choices, but, he was involved. And I said, would this Bob Proctor, thinking into success, education have made a difference for you? And so, Juan, why don't you tell the viewing audience a little bit about what you saw for yourself?
Yes, and just talking here with Bruce, I was like, he asked me the question at the moment he asked me, was like, I think that when we're growing up, we have certain choices that we do for ourselves. And one of the choices that I made, I bought into the slide that if you don't have certain things in your life, for example, I didn't have a high school diploma growing up. I didn't have a college degree. I didn't have any special degrees growing up. So I bought into this line of like, you don't have this thing. So if you don't have certain things, you cannot live out your dreams. You cannot go after your dreams because you don't have the pre-requirements to go into those dreams. So I was telling Bruce, you know what? The reason that I probably went down the wrong side of the road is because I bought into this lie that I was limited myself. I was like, well, I don't have this thing, so since I can't go after my dreams, I can't go after my goals, I'm gonna go down this direction, which led to drugs, alcohol, gangs, and a bunch of other stupid things that come along with that choice. But it was because he asked me the key questions. He's like, this program would have helped you back before in your young days before you made all these wrong choices? I was like, yes. And the reason that I say yes is because I didn't even know who I was growing up. I was allowing society to dictate what kind of lifestyle I was gonna have. Because life, going to school and you get labeled, okay, you hanging around with these people, this is who you are. You're hanging around with this socioeconomic people, this is where you belong. You belong in these boxes. So you make choices based on where these people are labeling you. So I bought into the label like, okay, you're a gangster, you're good for nothing. You can't even get a good job, and you need to go get a job at McDonald's, Burger, or whatever. So we bought into those lies. But if I would have found out who I was at the beginning of my life, that I can make my own choices, I can create my own destiny, everything would have been different. But you know what, Bruce and Ceci, I'm super thankful that I picked up this material when I did. Now I'm in my 40s, and I'm like super grateful that now I get to find out who I am, and I get to make my choices. I get to create the life that I want. And a lot of people can't see that. They don't understand that you can create your own economy, you can create your own future, you can create the lifestyle that you want for your life. We think that riches and all this stuff belong to other people. Well, that's not true. It belongs to the people that believe that they can go after those things. And that's a little bit about what I wanted to share with you today. But I know Ceci's got some great stuff that she wants to share with us as well. So, Ceci, why don't you jump in?
Please.
Thank you. Well, as a school teacher, I had the privilege to work with young minds. And I know that the best gift that I received in my life was to be close to them and nurture them and see the beauty and all the greatness that they have in themselves and the belief they have in us as teachers. Then most of my kids were very well behaved. I'm Hispanic, and most of my kids were recent immigrants for Turkey, for Asia. I got a lot of students for different parts of the world, but those kids were the new recent immigrants, so they don't know they don't have the control of the English language so well. So we're trying to immerse them little by little into the Anglo-Saxon culture, and then we're trying to immerse them. So they were so pure in the way they're thinking that we really teachers have to get the opportunity to manage them and help them to be okay when they come over here. So one of the things that we do is help them to feel secure, to feel okay, and to know that they have a place in the United States. So there's a lot of things that we could have provide more to those kids, but we have a curriculum to follow, and that has to be followed. And the kids were really doing great, but they needed that nurture time after the classes, but we don't have any more available time with them. So when they want to have a problem, we have different signals also with the teacher. Teacher, I want to talk to you, or you see somebody crying, or you see somebody moving too much. So I'm going to talk later. We talk about what's going on. So, but we don't have a schedule. A time with them to follow them, the emotional life that they're going through, and they needed that nurture time. And we don't have the time to provide it. Sometimes I meet with the parents in restaurants or something because they were going to help. They're asking for help for the kids, but not all the parents have the time to give this time because they need to work very hard to find the basic for their families. Then they get involved in that, and the kids feel alone. So what a good opportunity will be to bring this program to them, that for teachers, and we now in this master group can help them, and in those moments of distress, when the teachers cannot fill them in because they are so busy with doing all the stuff that we need to follow up. So I think it's a great opportunity for the kids growing up, and will be good idea to start in fourth grade, because mostly we work in these programs in fifth. But fourth graders, if we start helping them in fifth grade, they will have more ammunition to say no to people that invite them to do things that they know that they're not the right things to do. So they will be more in control of their own lives. But a program like this, to give them that confidence to have a choice, is so beautiful. Mostly growing up, we don't have a choice. We don't have present that we have a choice. We're told anything, what to do, how to do it, and what time to do it. So really, we don't have an identity. Somebody has to wake up and say yes. You have the choice to say no. You have the choice to choose your life for 9 years old, 10 years old, and up. And you have to decide to say to the adults, no, thank you, or to the people, and be okay with that choice. Because sometimes we say no, and we still suffer, and they start joining them for that. So what a beautiful moment. And how will be the different performance in our kids in society now if we start programs like this. We following the program like this mastermind, where we have a beautiful program where we help them to be how powerful they are, and that they have the choice in their hands. They have everything for them on. This is not the parents. The parents are something separate from you, but you have the choice inside yourself. And you're the one to command your mind, and have a command on your thoughts. So really, the kids don't know that they create their lives. They're waiting for somebody else to tell them, the teachers or the parents, or whatever is the adult that is with them. So this program empower them, give them really more a secure life, and make them more powerful to do and be happier, because they're not happy. That's why they make mistakes, because when you have to do what somebody tells you, you're not happy doing that. So to make kids happy, this will be a great program when they feel that they have control over their minds, or their thoughts, and they can say no in a graceful way. I was having a hard time to say no to people. I still do, in a graceful way. Yeah. For me, sometimes I sacrifice myself because I don't want to say no. I don't want to do that because I know people but learning little by little that it's okay to say no in a graceful way. I'm not interested. I'm learning that word. No, I'm not interested, even in the people that call me, offering me something. So if they are in their age, if they are 9 years old, if we start helping them to say no to the thing that they don't want to do, that will empower right there their life for the rest of their life. There will be really citizens that have the capacity to create more beautiful people and more beautiful families, because they start from there. They're going to have their own family. They create the new society. This is nucleus. They're little ones, but they're growing up and they want to create their own groups, and then there will be a great contribution to our society. So it will be great.
Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you, Coach Juan. It occurs to me that I'm listening to both of you talk about helping young people and helping yourselves know yourself. Juan, that's what I got out of you. During your development, you didn't really know yourself. And then there was an epiphany where you had a clear choice. Do I go this way or do I go that way? And the choice you made helped you begin to define who you are and who you are today, and it keeps developing. So that was beautiful. Cecilia, you came to the United States. You were an older adolescent. You were going to complete your master's degree, but still, you weren't fully formed. You were looking to see, what can I do in this new country, this new society, this new area of freedom for myself? Who am I going to be? And you had all these great dreams. And then life kind of intruded and said, well, not this path, but it really gave you choices. So what I'm hearing from both of you is that the Think It to Success Academy, our programs, you also feel like I do, this is inviting young people to think, who am I? We do it through a lot of questions and a lot of material and things like that. And Juan, I think you mentioned about the mastermind, that there are times we've all gone through things like, I think I'm going to choose to do this. And then the teacher says no, the parent says no, the police officer And then a buddy says, you know what? I don't think that's exactly what you want to do. And all of a sudden you can stop and think and say, well, my buddy knows me, knows what I really want. And I think now I'm going to pay attention. So that's part of our education, is to create not only the individual who knows him or herself, but also to surround each person with a mastermind that helps to keep them focused on their dreams and the accomplishment of their dreams. You guys
Let
agree?
me add something that you just helped me to see. The same power that we have to getting the same ammunition, the same energy that you spend in those bad groups or bad situations, it's the same energy. Only that is a positive energy, but at the same time, you're going to spend in creating a new life in these groups. And that group is what we call the mastermind, because we're all working to improve our life, to be better people, and create a beautiful society and a beautiful families. So let's do it. Let's work.
That is
Let's
beautiful.
work. Let's use our mind. And when I was a little girl, I was thinking that I thought that my mind was inside there, and you cannot change it because it's there. It says you all the time. I all the time was thinking like, I gotta bring ahead, and I gonna do what I think about. But I was told you cannot do what you wanted, and I was all the time. I got a lot of collision in my own thought, because it's like, what am so rebel about stuff? What I don't know how people do quietly and go along with people, whatever they say. But I knew that I had the power, but I was controlled by other people's mind was powerful. They told me, no, you don't have the power. You cannot go there. They are like people in drugs. Girls don't go in your own to the United States. You're gonna get in drugs. You don't leave. So I made my mind, I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna say anything. I'm gonna go one day to the United States and live there and see the freedom that I'm looking for, to be myself and to have my own mind. Because there, I thought that the mind was attached in my brain, and it was was something that it was already made for life. And I'm learning that this is like a mind. They say it's out of me. I can move. I can modulate it. I can move it. I can do it when I want. But I thought that I was made for me for life over there.
So that's beautiful. So there's other Cecilias out there in Chicago, in Mexico, in Peru, in Puerto Rico, in Israel, and the Arab countries. So there's a lot of Cecilias who don't know that they really can be whoever they choose to be. And there is a collection of individuals out there to support them in their dreams and accomplishing their dreams. So that's the thing that we're encouraging educators, that we would dearly like to partner with you in whatever school district you're in. I believe that there are many educators out there who want to empower kids to choose. I mean, you could choose no, but you could actually choose yes. This is the future I want. And those are the choices. Yes, I'm choosing these. So we're talking to you guys, and we would love to talk to you about getting our education into your school districts, into your course curriculum, and empowering young people to say yes to education, yes to building a positive future for themselves. Anybody else want to say anything?
Yes, and I love that you mentioned educators, Bruce, because some educators out there, they probably think they're alone in this new venture, this new idea they have in mind, and they're probably thinking like, well, in my school, I'm like the only one that thinks this way. Maybe this is not for their kids, but I got to tell you, this is not that dream that's locked up inside of you. That's what I love reading the quote by Earl Nightingale. He says, this great dream, this surging dynamic thing, invisible to all the world except to the person who holds it, is responsible for every great advance of humankind. So you're not alone in this. That's why we have a mastermind group. That mastermind is to empower others. And you know what's the beautiful thing about empowering other people? You get to empower yourself at the same time.
Beautiful. It is.
You're not alone. We're not alone. We just want to tell you, go after your dreams. We know exactly how you feel. I used to feel the same way. I felt like I was locked up inside this dream by myself. But you know what? You get to meet people like Cecilia, like Bruce, like the rest of our the rest of our team, like the rest of the people that we help each and every single day. And we start to find out that we're not alone in this. There's other people that are going after, they're struggling with the same things. They have a vision, they have a dream. I'm like, you know what? They're going to help me get to where I want to go.
Beautiful say,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I love our mastermind group. I think I shared with you guys, I don't remember which number of Lunch and Learn, but it was like learning that we're not just focused on the entrepreneurs who want to like make 6 and 7 figures in a year, but we are about developing young people so they can live the life of their dreams too. It's like, wow, I had to overcome that terror barrier. Like, am I doing something against my fellow coaches? And then I found out by speaking it, all of a sudden there is a curriculum that's set up to work with young people. But I went from being afraid to now being embraced within like the bosom of our Thinking to Success Academy, you know, that we have that, you know, and it really is something supported. So we're out there, we're ready to work with the educators. I am so passionate about bringing this to young people. I've got my mastermind behind me, and we're ready to mastermind with you guys out there too.
Yes. So thank you guys for watching us. I want to say a big hello to my friend. He told me the meaning of his name because I couldn't pronounce his name, but he said his name means hope. So Hope, out from South Africa, we want to say a big hello to you. Welcome to Lunch and Learn. You're always welcome here, and we welcome everyone else here. And if you don't have the self-confidence formula, grab it. That's probably the starting point of your success. If you don't have it, you need to get your hands on it. So any last words, Ceci?
We love humanity. We love our kids. Let's help them, give them a chance to be who they want to be, but they don't know how. Let's provide the how.
Yes, so thank you, Coach Bruce, thank you, Coach Cecilia, and we'll be back on Monday. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach Juan, for organizing this beautiful.
Yes. Have a great weekend.